Good afternoon, Jets Nation. Welcome to the Jew Jets Show. And the New York Jets currently have the fourth most cap space in the NFL right now with $24 million. So why is Joe Douglas creating all this cap space? What big move does he have in store? Let's go ahead and talk about it. Now, I do want to mention that the New York Jets are also not done creating cap space either. CJ Mosley said in his most recent press conference that his agents and the New York Jets are in ongoing discussions about restructuring his contract. And Corey Davis was mentioned in Rich Cimini's latest article about being the potential next guy to get his contract restructured. So in 2 weeks' time, the New York Jets could potentially have $35 million in cap space. There is a reason Joe Douglas is making all this room, but why? Well, we got to get rid of the obvious stuff first. The New York Jets still need to sign Joe Tippmann and Will McDonald to their rookie contracts, but that's not going to cost us much. You look at the 15th overall pick in last year's draft, Kenyon Green. He signed a 4-year, $15.9 million contract. He's basically getting paid $4 million a year. And you look at Wan'Dale Robinson, the 43rd overall pick in last year's draft. He signed a 4-year, $8.1 million contract, so he's basically getting paid $2 million a year. At the most, it shouldn't take up more than $6 million on our cap this year, and it could take up as low as $1.5 million depending on how the New York Jets structure the contract. So those draft picks getting signed aren't going to take up that much cap. Joe Douglas isn't creating the cap space for that. He could be creating the cap space for Aaron Rodgers' contract restructure. Because if you guys do not know, Rodgers is only getting paid $1 million this year and more than $100 million in 2024, which obviously is not ideal. Joe Douglas has said that they're working to restructure his contract, and obviously one of the ways to restructure the contract is by moving some of his cap money next year onto his contract this year, and obviously that would take away some of our cap for this upcoming year. And this is most likely the reason to why the New York Jets are creating all this cap space. I know some people are saying, well, he's creating all this cap space to make room for Quinnen Williams, but that's not the truth, because if Quinnen Williams is extended this offseason, it actually would create cap space for the New York Jets rather than taking some of it away, because his contract extension money wouldn't get to Quinnen Williams into 2024. You look at Jeffrey Simmons or Dexter Lawrence, the Spot Track pages, and their salaries for the 2023 season are $2 million, $1 million. So the money wouldn't get to Quinnen Williams into the 2024 season. And I say it would actually make money for the New York Jets because we can move some of Quinnen Williams' 2023 salary onto, let's say, his 2025 salary or 2026 salary. So the Quinnen Williams contract extension is not why the New York Jets are creating money. As I said, it's most likely for Aaron Rodgers, but Joe Douglas has had a habit of making late offseason free agent signings. You would think that after he signed 4 players this offseason after the draft, he would be done, but knowing Joe Douglas, you never know when this guy is done. And recent reports have suggested that the New York Jets are interested in signing Dalvin Cook, which would be very interesting. Now, the reports we're getting aren't from like a super legit source. They're from this TikTok fantasy football page that apparently knows Dalvin Cook's agent, and Dalvin Cook's agent is telling him that he wants to play for the Buffalo Bills and the New York Jets, but he prefers the Jets because he wants to play with Aaron Rodgers and, the whole 9 yards. And the New York Jets and Dalvin Cook have also apparently, in principle, agreed to a 1-year deal worth $11 million, which is very interesting. So maybe the New York Jets are suiting up and creating all this cap space to sign Dalvin Cook of all people. Kwon Alexander also is still a free agent. Maybe the New York Jets are wanting to sign him, but he also probably wouldn't get paid, $11 million. Probably a contract for Kwon would look somewhere around $2 to $4 million, I would think. So the reason Joe Douglas is probably creating all this cap space is for Aaron Rodgers' contract. That's what I'm thinking. Maybe a deal for Dalvin Cook is in place. Maybe a deal for Kwon Alexander is in place. And of course, we do have to sign our rookies. But the contract for Aaron Rodgers is most likely the reason we're creating all this cap space. But what do you guys think? Let me know down below in the comments section. And I'm your host, Jed, signing off for now. See you guys later. Peace.